man is back.
Oh, okay, boys. Oh my gosh, the man got that stuff. This is a 5 out of freaking 5.
It is beat making time.
Next week is E3 week. My album comes out next week.
I have the leopard.
This is your boy.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen of the YouTube citizens, y'all know who this is. It's the boy Dash to try and find out. Back at it with another Call of Duty Black Ops 6 commentary video gameplay for you guys. And yeah, this is an interesting video that we're going to be talking about right here. So I seen this, how many weeks ago was this? This might have been longer than 4 weeks that when I first saw this video. But obviously other topics came up and then we, pushed this back a bit, and we're finally now able to talk about this. Fellas, and the tomboys out there, how much should you be paying for a haircut? Yeah, we on this topic. How much should you be paying for a haircut? So, here's the deal. Now, let me give you guys a backstory regarding myself. So, obviously, when you were younger, like when you were a kid, obviously the haircuts cost less. So, if memory serves correctly, so basically my barber have always been near my house. It's always been like down the street. So, mom would hook me up with the money. I'll walk down there, get my hair cut, leave some for the tip, and then I'm done. And I get my normal usual haircut. Now, and I don't remember how much they cost when I was a kid, but I remember at one point my haircut was cost $20, which was the norm for a really long time before COVID happened. Now, at some point though, I did grow my hair out. So like, I try to remember the time frame. So when I was in high school, I believe this was sophomore year, I grew my hair out so I can get braids. And I was rocking the braids for a minute, for a really long time. And then I got sick of it because, I would have to get my braids undone. And then I rock the afro, which, for the most part never really looked good, which means I had to wash my hair. And I had a lot of hair and, small pieces of it would fall off, would be all on the tub and stuff like that. And then I would go somewhere and pay like $40, $50, $60 to get it braided or whatever the case may be if I wanted to make it look real nice. Otherwise, I had to hit up my mom and she could just regularly braid it or whatever. And I got sick of it. So I got it cut. And then what ended up happening is I let my hair grow out again, but this time it was just to get like a mini fro. So I wouldn't get it cut like that, but once in the blue moon, I would have to get it cut so it can remain a mini fro rather. But now I got that cut, and now I'm, trying to work on raves, and I've been in and out of getting the raves, whatever the case may be. And it's doing this phase where I noticed that the prices have gone up from 20 to 25. And now they 30. And this is like the same spot that I go to. It's 30. And then the enhancements would be like another $5. Or if you want, sideburns worked on nowadays, that's another $5. So now I'm at the point where I'm like, yo, before I go get my hair cut, I'm going to do my own sideburns. So I would do my own sideburns. I would do the goatee. I would do the mustache myself. And then I would hit up the barber and be like, yeah, I just need this cut. Sideburns are straight as is. And yeah, that's how it is nowadays. But there are some barbers out there that are charging $40, $50, $60, even $100 for a haircut. And then some of them are charging like $40 for a lineup. Now, in case you don't know what a lineup is, okay, let me explain this to you real quick. So a lineup is like the edges that separate your hair from your skin. So we talk about like the front of your head, like your forehead. So the top of your forehead, where the line is, the sides, and maybe in the back, like the lower back that separate the hair from your neck, from the back of your neck. That's the lineup. That's it. And normally those take about like 8 to 15 minutes. And yet there's some barbers out there that will charge $40 for it. Now, I'll be honest, I never walked in and just straight up asked for a lineup, so I don't know how much my barber would charge for that crap. But I'm assuming it would be like, I'm guessing, I don't know, $10, $15 for a lineup. And yeah, So it's crazy. It's crazy. Now, the only reason why I discovered this video because now remember a while back, I think it was like 2 weeks ago, whatever the case may be, I did a video about the club scene. And the same guy, Ty Buggy Podcast, he the one who came out with the video that got me to talk about that. Now, he also did another video where Kai Cenat received backlash for, talking about the prices that these barbers are charging. And I don't remember if I think I found that first, and that led me to Ty Buggy Podcast videos, those two videos, the Kai Cenat haircut joint, and of course the club joint. So that's how I found out about all this. So what we're going to do here is we're going to listen in on Kai Cenat, see what he had to say about these barbers charging $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100 for a haircut.
How much money I get? I don't think there's a haircut out there that's worth $100. I don't give a fuck. Yo, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care who you cut. You can cut. I don't give a fuck if you cut motherfucking Thanos. I don't care. I don't ever, bro. I'm sorry, bro. I don't give a the barber world. I don't know who the barber world is and shit. They might hate me for this, but deep down inside, I truly feel like $100 is crazy, gang. I think it is. No matter how much equipment is being used. No, probably, I don't know for bald niggas. For bald niggas, it might be different. Because you might need to add like treatment and shit. And I understand house visits, because gas and shit. Nah, damn, wait, hold on now. Hold on, wait, hold on, wait, hold on. That's a real nigga combo. Wait, hold on, though. House calls is crazy because of gas and shit. And plus, they gotta put you in the schedule.
Okay, so here's the thing. He touched on a lot of stuff. He talked about if you're bald and house visits. So let's get on the topics of bald people. So if you're bald and you need a shade, your head to be shaved so you can remain bald, I can't speak on how much that should cost because I never went that route. I never want to go that route. I would probably hit up my boy, assuming he doesn't do it himself, to see yo, do you go to a barber just to make sure your hair is bald? Because once upon a time, he did have a bald head. Nowadays, I think he do got some hair again. But once upon a time, he was rocking the bald head look. So I will do poker night on Sunday. We're going to be playing Texas Hold'em in case you want to poker night, Texas Hold'em, that. So if I remember, I can hit him up, be like, yo, when you had a bald head, when you're rocking the bald head look, did you shave your hair yourself or did you go to a barber for that joint? And if you did went to the barber, how much will they charge you for that? And if you agree with that price or not. So I don't know about people with bald heads that want to remain bald. So that one could probably be, it's still considered a haircut. So that one probably looking at 30, 35, maybe $40 because you're cutting it all off. But at the same time, if you're bald and it's growing a little bit, you want it to remain bald, then it's there's not much to do, really, now that I think about it. It's one thing if there's a bunch of hair on your head and then you just walk in and say, yeah, I want this all gone, I want it to be bald. Then, yeah, that would be work. That would be work, and I can see the barber charging $40, $50, $60, maybe $70 for that. But if you're coming in, you're already bald, and you're saying, yeah, I want to remain bald, that, to me, now to think about it that to me should be $20. Because you're already bald, and you may see little specks of hair on top of your head. And in that case, it's bro, just racks, just cut it off. It shouldn't be that difficult, right? I'm guessing. I don't know. But yeah, I'm just guessing right there. Now, in terms of house visits, I have a lot of issues with that one. Because why would a dude want another dude to come over his house? It's one thing y'all homeboys. That's one thing. It's one thing y'all if y'all family. That's another thing. And if y'all go down the route, if y'all gay, that's not my thing. But if y'all gay and y'all like to go down that route, okay, so be it. You do you. But I find that to be sussy behavior for a dude to hit up a barber and say, yo, I need you to come over to my house and I want you to have your fingers touch all over my head while you're cutting it. Because that's what is going on here. And I'm like, Why can't you just go to the barber shop? Like, why you gotta call the bar? Why you gotta get the barber to come to you? That's to me, that's sus behavior. That's sus behavior. The only exception to that rule, right? The only exception to that rule is if you are some type of celebrity and you don't want people to be distracting while you're trying to get your hair cut. You don't want people to come up to you and be like, yo, can I get your autograph? Yo, can I get this picture taken? Blah, blah, stuff like that. That's different. Then you will have no choice but to say, yo, my name is so-and-so. I'm a celebrity. I don't want to be dealing with a bunch of people when I get my hair cut. Can you come to my crib and cut my hair? That's different. But if you're not a celebrity of any kind, just go to the damn barbershop. It makes no sense for you to call a barber and have them come to your house. And then they're going to be like, they're going to have the liberty to charge you all types of prices. Because they're going to be like, oh, that's gas price, man. And I'll be using premium, man, my gas because I drive an SUV or a pickup truck, stuff like that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, bro, are you serious right now? Like, so, no, don't go down that route. Don't go down that route. Now, here's the deal. We're going to go to this one video. Let me find this video real quick. Let me find the timestamp for this video. And before I talk about this video, so Ty Buggy also plays this video in his video, or this is actually a TikTok video in his video. Now, before I play this video, let me give you more insight who this is, because Ty Buggy does not share who this guy is. So the guy in question goes by the name Banky Blends. So BANKYBLENDZ. Banky Blends. So he got TikTok, and I'm assuming that's all he got, just TikTok. And it's TikTok videos of himself cutting hair, talking about stuff, doing skits right at the barbershop, and stuff like that. Now, we're going to play the video that is in Ty Buggy's podcast video. And I'm trying to find it on Banky's TikTok. I did see it. I saw it at one point, but I don't know where it is now. I think we have to scroll down, but it's on there. I know it's on there, but all you had to do to find this dude, I just type in like the title of the video is something about charging, or why he charged, how much he charged, whatever the case may be. I forgot the exact title, but once I play the video, I will see the title and I will read it to you. All right, so here we go. We're about to play this video. Let's go.
Charge so much money. I charge what I charge as a barber for a list of reasons, and the list of reasons goes way deeper than just the fact that you're getting a nice ass haircut. You feel me? The first reason is I'm a professional. I put blood, sweat, and tears behind what I know, so I actually know what the fuck I'm doing. You feel me? Like, I'm professional enough for real to where you can sit in my chair not knowing what the fuck you want to get, and I know what questions to ask and how to pick your brain in the right way to find out what we gonna do with your head and what's gonna look best at the end of the day, what you gonna walk out with feeling the happiest. Number two.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right here for a second. So first off, the title of the video is why I charge what I charge as a barber. If you were to just Google search that in quotations, yeah, his TikTok will pop up, and that video is on here. I don't know where it is, but it is on here. Now, he said he charged what he charged as a barber, and I would say how much he charged as a barber, by the way, after the end of this clip, by the way. Because he's a professional. Because he's a barber. That's basically the reason. I'm like, well, yeah. Yeah, you should be, yeah. If you want to be a barber, yeah, then that comes with the territory. You're a barber. People shouldn't have to pay you top dollar just because you're a barber. Like, that makes no sense. Otherwise, I'll go to another barber. So that's basically what I got from that. That's number one. Now let's listen to his number two.
I'm an engaging ass barber, bro. I'm one of them barbers that'll sit here and really engage with the clients. Like, if you come in there and you don't feel like talking, I'll catch the vibe and I'll shut my ass up and I'll just cut your hair and do what I do. But at the end of the day, straight out the door, what you gonna get from me is straight nothing but engagement. You gonna get my complete attention, my complete focus. You can talk to me about anything. Anything that you tell me is gonna be confidential. It's like you sitting there talking to a therapist and a homie at the same time. Like, real life, you can sit in my chair and tell me you just got done blowing somebody's top off, and if you get arrested, just know it wasn't me. I ain't snitch on you, bro. Yeah, trust me. You paid me for that reason. There's a whole bunch of other reasons, but
Okay, so that's number two. Number two is because he's going to talk to you. And I'm like, that's not a part of the pricing for being a barber. That's just an extracurricular activity that should be on the house. So basically, you're charging them just to talk. Like, and then what if they don't talk? Are you going to cut down to that price? you damn sure ain't gonna do that. So right off the bat, I'm like, no, that's a fail right there. That's number 2 is a fail as well, just like number 1. All right, let's listen to his next reason.
Last one I'm gonna give y'all is just because I actually run my business like a business should be run in the first place. Everything is professionally set up. You don't have to wait on a text back from me or a response from me. You can go on a website and look at whatever time you want and book that time and walk in, and I'm gonna be there. If I'm late, I'm gonna make up for it. If you're late, you're gonna make up for it. I do deals, I do promos, I do giveaways. If you got your own business that needs support, and I'll support your business as well just because you supporting mine. Like, this is real life, a whole community that I got going on. That's why I charge what I charge in the first place. So all these people out here talking about, oh, $50 a cut, $100 a cut, that's too much. You got to see what you getting for that price.
Pay attention.
Okay, so before I hear Ty Buggy's response to it, because it's a good response, his third reason because he runs his business like a business, and not to mention he tried to help out with the community as well, because if you help him, he help you. And I'm like, yeah, you should run your business like a business, because if you don't, you shouldn't be in business. That should be automatic. So, and now you heard, let's review his reasons. The 3 reasons that he gave. Number 1, so wait, what was number 1? Oh, because he's really good at what he does. And I'm like, well, I hope you are, because otherwise I won't be going to you to cut my hair. That's number 1. Number 2, he said that he talks. So it's like a therapy section with him. And I'm like, that shouldn't be a criteria for you to set the price that what you set it at. That should be, again, something that's on the house. Because what if I don't want to talk? Because normally when I go to the barbershop, I'll be honest, I don't want to talk. Like, I just want to sit there and just chill and vibe, and that's it. And just get my hair cut. I really don't want to talk. I'll be honest for the most part. So, and he said, oh, if I got the vibe that you don't want to talk, then I'll show my ass up. And I'm like, okay, then are you going to cut down that price like I said? And the answer is no, you ain't. So that's number 2 reasons a failure. Then the number 3, he said he want his business like a business. And then if you help me, I help you with your business too. And I'm like, that don't mean you charge what you charge for your haircut. That makes no sense to me as well. Now, there's one major element that was not mentioned in his reasoning for why he charged the amount that he charged for his haircuts. And on that note, I'm going to take it to Ty Buggy podcast, because he actually talks about that reason. So let's listen to his response to that TikTok video.
Nothing he just said has anything to do with the haircut that you're going to get.
Right there. The dude, what's his name? Banky Benz said nothing about the type of haircut you get it. Like, yo, how is he with the lineups? How is he with the fades? You know, how is he with the enhancements? How is he with the razor? And stuff like that. Nothing like that was said in that TikTok video. Now, you could say, well, wait a minute. If you go to his TikTok, you can actually see what he does with his other TikTok videos, which is true. I'm literally looking at his TikTok right now. But if you're like the majority of people who don't want to look this dude up, why? Because you might not be in the neck of woods, because he's based off of Florida. I believe he's based in Orlando, something like that, as I just messed up my timestamp in this video. But I think he's based in Orlando. Yeah, he's based in Orlando. So you might not be in Orlando, but at the same time, you're not trying to hit up his TikTok to see all his videos, because, you know, time is valuable. You ain't trying to, you know, waste your time on that stuff. So you just got that one video. So yeah, he needs to show or mention that, yo, what type of cuts he do? Like, is he good with these cuts? Like, yo, he said nothing like that. Okay, let me back up to what Ty Buggy said as a response to that TikTok video.
Nothing he just said has anything to do with the haircut that you're going to get.
Nothing.
He said you're going to get great conversation. Like, he really emphasized how he's a therapist in the chair. Granted, who doesn't like, you know, good conversation when they feel like talking? Now, I mean, he's going to stop talking if he catches the vibe. Bro, this is all just common decency. I should not be paying for convo. I should not be paying for you to run your business as a business. You should just be running your business as a business. What does that have to do with the quality of cut that I'm getting? I ain't hear nothing about that. Okay, you know what you're doing. You should know what you're doing. You're a barber. If I'm paying for a barber to cut my hair, I should be getting a barber to cut my hair. I shouldn't have to pay extra for a barber to cut my hair. You're a barber. And look, man, I respect it. I know y'all got to pay overhead and stuff. Y'all done 5 times the cost, but are given the same product. Or y'all are using all these enhancements to hide the actual product. Listen, man, I'm gonna just say this to all the guys out there. Y'all do what I'm doing. Learn how to cut your own hair. It's not gonna be perfect. I mean, learn how to use enhancements. A lot of y'all going to the barbershop use enhancements anyways. All you gotta do is get you a little business card, put it in the corner. Now, I mean, make sure that the spray is far from your head and spray it. And you'll see how easy this stuff is. You'll be like, yo, I really paid $50 to $40 for this. Going to the barber more than once a month. Or if you're like me, probably go only time you go to the barbershop is when you got something going on. Like Valentine's Day is coming up. Okay, I gotta look real good for my lady. You know what I mean? Like, but other than that, learn how to cut your own hair to just maintain yourself throughout the weeks. Because paying $40 to $100 multiple times out of the month is crazy. Getting a haircut is a luxury and groceries are a need. Getting a haircut should not take away from the pot of getting groceries. And groceries are already expensive as it is. So fellas, I'll just say this, save you money for yourself and save money for when you have sons. Learn how to cut hair yourself. Hey man, it's been your boy Ty Boogie. Comment below.
Okay. And I was hoping he would get to this one comment. I think he made this comment before we got to the Banky Benz video. But he also pointed this out that if barbers were charging $25 per cut and they are constantly busy because, you know, they undercharging or whatever, the market, whatever. So for two barber, and each cut, you know, takes about 30 minutes. So 2 cuts is an hour and you made $50 per hour. So let's say, again, a barber works 8 hours a day, right? So, and we know you're getting $50 an hour. So $50 an hour times 8 hours, that's $400 a day. Now, if you do $400 times 5 days, that's 5 days a week. Now you're making $2,000, okay? Now we're going to times that by 4 weeks, because that makes it a month, that's $8,000. Now you go times that by 12 months. Now you're making $96,000 a year. Now, granted, some of that money may have to go to the owner of the barbershop. You may have to get new equipment and stuff that have to make the barbershop one. So that's a possibility. So let's say no more than half goes back to the barbershop. You know, you have to give up. That goes back to the barbershop, make sure the barbershop is flowing and stuff like that. And you got to get your equipment, get it up to date, stuff like that. You're still making $48,000. And then, again, by the way, that's without tips, by the way. That's without tips. And I'm like, that's not bad money. Like, yeah, there's better money to be made out there, but that's not bad money. And again, that's based off of, again, I don't know how much go back to the barbershop and equipment and stuff like that. That's if, and again, the maximum is half of that $96,000 that you could potentially make. And again, the potential there is whether or not you are constantly busy 8 hours a day and you work 5 days a week. Because I don't know, my barbershop, they close on, which is interesting. They close on Sundays, which is norm. I think they close on Mondays as well, which was not only is it the norm, but it's been like that for years. And then, like, over the past 3 years or so, they also close on Wednesdays, which were, or no, they close early on Wednesdays. Then they close at noon on Wednesdays, which is shocking. So I'm like, what the heck? But nevertheless, yeah, some pretty interesting stuff right there, if I do say so myself. But I'm like, yeah, they don't need to be charging $50+ for a haircut and $30 to $40+ for a lineup. It's ridiculous. It's really, really ridiculous. So at the end of the day, if you don't want to pay that to get a haircut, you need to learn how to cut your hair yourself, learn how to do enhancement. I do got enhancements as well. So I got that going on for myself. And also, there's some, obviously we heard some, within the Ty Buggy video, he provided clips from other people who were complaining about these prices as well. So I'm saying, yo, I'm going in there to get a lineup that only gonna last me for 2 to 3 days, and you paying $40 for the lineup. Or he get an enhancement that only lasts for 3 minutes because once you go home, take a shower, wash your hair, that enhancement stuff is gone. Like, it's crazy. It is true, though, but it's crazy at the same time. So, bottom line is this, man. Bottom line is this. Now, before I actually call it a wrap, though, I tried to find this video. 360 Jeezy, gave his 2 cents on the situation. Now, if you don't know who 360 Jeezy is, he actually is a celebrity barber. He is a barber YouTuber or YouTube barber, pretty much. So he made videos of himself cutting people's hair. He made YouTube videos of himself getting raised, providing tips on how to get raised, maintain raised, and stuff like that. And the only reason I found out about him was because I was looking at how to get raised. There was a few YouTubers that came up, but out of all the YouTubers that came up, 360 Jeezy was the only one that cuts hair. And I'm like, yo, his cuts looks cool. And I subscribe to his channel and just rock with his videos. And that's it. Now, I have not seen, I don't know about any other YouTube barber, but in my opinion, and again, I could be wrong in this, in my opinion, 360 Jeezy is the biggest. Like, in terms of like status and fame and stuff like that within the barber community that be on YouTube. To me, Jeezy's number one. I don't know. I could be wrong in that. So I'll let y'all inform me on whether or not I'm correct or incorrect in the comment section below. Now, I forgot what he said, but he was more along the lines of like, yo, if you've been in the game for a long time, yeah, you should be able to cut $60, $70 or $100, something like that. I don't know what the exact words he said. It was in one of his videos. I don't know which video it was because it wasn't like the main topic of the video. It was like a side topic in one of his videos. I don't remember which one it was. It might have been a react video. It might have been a flight video that he was reacting to. I don't know. But he was more along the lines of, yo, if you've been in the game for a long time, you should be able to charge however you feel you're worth. Something along those lines. Again, don't quote me on that, but it was something along those lines. But at the same time, he also said, and he actually got a YouTube short on this. He also said, if you are a student and is coming out into the barber game, then you should be charging below the market price. Because right now, the market price, according to him, is $35. And he was saying like, yo, if you're a student coming out, you should be charging $20. Because then you can build up a reputation and people will be coming to you more and more and more. And then every year you can go up by $5. And I'm like, oh, that makes sense if you're starting out. But if you've been in the game for a long time, he said that basically the complete opposite. And I'm like, I don't know about that. I gotta give you slack on that one, man. I can't agree with you on that one. Again, I don't remember what he said exactly, but whatever he said, I did not agree with it. I did not agree with that at all. But again, when it comes to students who are trying to make it into the barber world, yeah, then that's some great advice right there. And actually, before I go, I almost forgot. I need to mention this real quick. So getting back to Jeezy. So Jeezy actually charges, if memory says it correctly, he charged $50 for kids to for him to cut. But for grown-ups, he charged $65. So there's that. Now, in terms of Banky blends rather, he surprisingly enough, he don't have anything for kids. So it made me wonder, do he not charge kids or do you charge everybody the same price? Doesn't matter your age. So looking at his popular service, he charged $40 for a haircut. And then if you got a beard on top of your haircut, he'll charge $50. And then apparently it's some type of hair color that he'll do as well in combination with a haircut. And that costs $130 plus. And normally that takes an hour and 40 minutes, which is interesting. And then he does other services as well. So like, for example, a house call, which we talked about already, he charged $200 plus. And then he talked about some ultimate VIP experience where he charged $150. Okay, so let's take a look at this VIP service. So this includes a refreshing hair wash, any haircut of your choice, paired with beard sculpting, ensuring a sharp, personalized look. Styling included to have you walking out looking your absolute best. A rejuvenated hot towel treatment. A facial, I'm gonna butcher this word, a facial exfoliation. A soothing upper, a soothing upper face massage with our high-tech device, which applies gentle heat and precise pressure for a next level relaxation experience. Optional enhancements included for that extra polished finish. And I'm like, is this a barber or a spa? Like, what the heck? Now, that's some crazy nonsense if I do say so myself. And now I'm gonna call it a wrap. So with all that said, y'all know who this is. This is boy New J Gatsby, aka New Stephen A. Smith, saying peace out, y'all, and I'll see y'all next time. Yeah.